My name's Trampus, James Rowden, or TJ, that's what I go by. Most people know me as that. Been in the industry for quite a while, since 2000 and, well, I've been here since 2010. Before that I worked in a couple of other settings, in a therapeutic boarding school setting up in Montana, and also down in Texas when I was in grad school. I've received training through Arbinger's Institute. It's not really a company that's associated with mental health quite often, but so much of what they do in terms of their mindset training and way of being work that really hits at the core of the human experience, which underlies everything, is something that I value. I'm a certified facilitator for the Arbinger Institute and their offerings. Cognitive behavioral therapy, received training in Discernment Counseling, which has to do with a very structured therapeutic process for couples who are on the edge of divorce or considering divorce, but what they're committed to is to seeing if the relationship is worth saving and can be saved. Even though I don't do marital work here, being aware of marital dynamics as they relate to the parenting experience is something that I take very seriously. I want to be a resource for parents, as both individuals and as couples where relevant, and that's important to me. Some of the more challenging times or challenging experiences with students or families are the ones that require the most soul searching in terms of your work as a clinician. And when you go through, most recently as a matter of fact, when you go through a very challenging experience that's marked by difficulties or setbacks, mistakes or struggles, and yet you and the family walk side by side through that process to where when they graduate and they leave, it's not about being perfect or having arrived, but it is about having confidence that that next step that we're taking, we feel good about and that we feel better prepared for because of the work that we've done. It's not about whether it works, it's about establishing a good trajectory and receiving word back from families that we're not perfect, but we do us better now than we did before, especially when it's hard, and we do hard times better. And that is probably the most impactful experience over time that I've had, is families who come back and say, a successful experience, it's when, as I just mentioned, when you have a student and a family who can hit those moments where previously they used to doubt, they used to retreat, they used to fear. And even though those other experiences are not easy now, necessarily any easier, they do better. I think it was Emerson who said, that which we persist in doing becomes easier, not that the nature of the thing has changed, but that our ability to do has increased. And that's what I love to see with families. I see client as family. I think I do fairly good family work. For me, with my background as a marriage and family therapist by training, I think that I really bought in a long time ago to you don't just treat individuals, you treat relationships. And so for me, when I think about who I do good work with, it's when I have families who are struggling with that relational piece, because there may be anxiety or depression or substance use issues and all of that stuff going on, but you learn very quickly those aren't individual issues, those are relational issues, they're relationship experiences. And so I do my best work with families who I think are willing to show up and say, hey, we get that, and we're willing to all kind of take a look at what our part is in this dance we're doing, because it hasn't been the most helpful or effective. I find our team, candidly, to be, we're not perfect, but we're humble, and we try to do better, and we try to be open to where we can grow and become stronger individually and as a team. The personalities are varied, which I'm grateful for. No small amount of really slick humor, from certain team players more than others. But we have a good time coming from diverse backgrounds and being able to largely come together and to provide, I think, a unified clinical front that is important in a setting like this. So my why is that we don't shy away from hard things, and if we can do that together just a little bit better each day, then we're doing well.